mic a bit. Give me a little tap, tap, taparoo on the mic. Maybe turn it on. There we go. There you are. Check. Oh, there you are. There you are. Hey,
a little loud there, okay.
That's all right. Let me turn this down. Okay, folks. Just getting ready to go here. I think we're getting pretty good. Yeah. Running around this morning, so just getting everything set up now. But let's go. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Gotcha. Hey, folks. Welcome back to Shirley Sound Studio. My name is Martin. You can call me Marty. This is my show. So let's go. What do you know? We got Andrew in the house. AK, what up, buddy?
Oh, nothing much. Enjoying the dump here.
Enjoying the dump.
Let's take advantage of it.
Sunday morning dump. What do you do when he dumps? The DCA. That's right. Okay. Well, we're going to talk about a few things. We're going to get into the Bitcoin price action here a little bit later. But first, we're going to talk about just investing in general in 2026 and what to expect, folks. What to expect. I want to say, tell me if I'm wrong, but like I've been seeing a lot of Fidelity commercials, a lot of Invest in Gold commercials, a lot of people like Alpine Credit. Do you need 2,000? Do you need 4 billion? Like,
I'll take 4 billion. Absolutely.
Homeowners get approved.
I'll be another Michael Saylor.
So this kind of stuff here is also, though, you got to be skeptical of because everyone's promising this, right? So this is Vanguard ETF, Canadian High Dividend Yield Index ETF. So this is basically considered a high dividend yield, which the banks would tell you is high risk. Okay, and so high risk. There's nothing really wrong with the dividend paying. Can you see the bottom corner? You can't see the bottom corner. Andrew's there.
Yeah, you gotta move me out of the way there.
Move you. Let's see. I think I can move you over here a little bit. Whoop.
Oh, there we go.
And so this down here is the key stats. So we've got the dividend yield is 3.29%. I believe that would be an annual percentage. I believe it's paid monthly. I was looking at it the other day, tossed this in the group chat, and I was like, boys, this is a good one when we see a correction, because obviously this is a daily chart. So we're going back to, this is April 25. So that would have been a nice time to get in there about a year ago, right? So a year ago, we were here. Look at this. So this was January, February. Where are we? February now, about mid-February. There you go. So this was a year ago here. So let's get our trusty measuring tool and go from approximate price 1 year ago till now. You're up 32%. So not only are you getting dividend payments, you're also getting that 32% increase in your asset value that you hold. Okay. So I know we talk about Bitcoin a lot on this show, but I do want to just kind of keep it simple for folks that maybe don't understand Bitcoin quite yet, and just have them understand that investing in general is how we beat inflation, and it's designed like that, like it's by design. Okay, so if everybody knew how the system worked and you invested your money into the system
wouldn't work.
Well, it would work though, because
it would work the opposite way of
the
way they want it to run.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. So it's unfortunate that they mislead so much, and they don't tell people what to do properly. I don't know. It is a shame but it doesn't make sense though, because they want people to work hard and invest in the system so that the system keeps rolling, right? So the Ponzi keeps going, right?
You would think,
but they've found out that they can now use the assets that they've invested in to borrow from their banker buddies and then they can invest even more and then borrow more and then invest more and then borrow more and just keep the Ponzi going themselves and getting richer themselves instead of everybody doing it. So the greed, and I mean, I don't understand. Like, I guess it's
they want it all for themselves.
Well,
that's all it is. It's not a sense of
I
community
guess
anymore.
so.
It's not a country anymore. There's a few people that just want it all.
Yeah, I guess
right?
I just don't think like that. Like,
no, neither do I. I want everybody to succeed. I want
makes-
everybody to be happy and grow as a community. Let's work together.
I think it makes a lot more sense for everybody to be happy, don't you? Like, I hate seeing people sleeping behind 7-Eleven.
Oh, it's miserable. I mean, it's sad to see. It's insane, and they do nothing about it. But all they do is yap, and
what they do about it,
they misdirect people.
Well, that's it. What they do about it is the complete wrong thing. They talk about, okay, you're poor, we'll give you money. No, that's the worst thing you can do to a poor person is give them money.
Yeah.
You have to give them knowledge to understand how to make money. If you give them a fish, they eat for a day. Right? You need to teach them how to fish, and that's what I try to do with everybody that I talk to. But I guess I don't have a massive following, so it's an uphill battle. But the people around me, anyways, in my little circle, I'm starting to see are starting to like
wake up,
prosper, right?
Yeah.
And it's awesome. But it's like literally the worst thing that you can do for a poor person is give them money. Yeah, and that's what the government's doing.
Because they just spend it. They don't invest it. There's a difference, right? If they were taught to invest it rather than spend it, well, then eventually you could stop giving them money.
Yeah, but they want to be able to give them money because then they print that money.
Then they own them.
They own them for one. They also print that money, which values their asset higher, so they're allowed to borrow more money.
Values everything they have.
Exactly. So they don't mind giving you money because every time they do, it's worth less every time, which also offsets their debt, which also offsets. Mm-hmm. You know, it makes. Oh man, Jesus! I guess it's all coming together now for me.
Where we are today. Here we are.
Oh God. But if you invest, and that's the thing, is like you don't invest all of it. You figure out a
budget
and
you DCA.
Budget. Yeah, exactly, right? You take care of the things you need to take care of and invest the rest.
No, we're not talking about going to the bank and taking out a second mortgage to do one buy of Bitcoin and sit on it.
Yeah,
that's ridiculous. Use what you have and make sacrifices. Maybe you don't need all this entertainment in your life and you can cut out $50 a month to buy Bitcoin. Mm-hmm. $50 a month of Bitcoin over the course of 2, 3, 4, 5 years will blow your mind. Everybody talks about jobs with pensions. Oh, you need a pension. You need a pension.
Yeah.
Bitcoin is everybody's pension.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how much you put in.
It's the best performing. So why don't we bring up some of these graphs that you've sent me here?
Actually, I sent you a better one.
I sent a better one? Okay, well, we'll save that one. We'll save that one. We'll go with this one first. So put her down here. So we have Bitcoin versus major assets, 5-year comparison. So you have to look and see which one's Bitcoin on this one because they all kind of look the same. And in the last 5 years, we know what's happened with the money printing. So obviously everything's performed the same because inflation is the main thing that's driving all of them, right? Okay, so let's get the 10-year comparison. Before said incident happened, when everything else started going up, we have Bitcoin starting way down here. And you can now with this one, you don't even need to look at the legend to see which one Bitcoin is. You know that it's this one, okay? But we have S&P, Bitcoin, NASDAQ, gold, bonds, real estate, okay, are all on here. 10-year comparison. So we're starting to see a little bit of a divergence here, right? So which one's our best performing Ponzi? So far we got Bitcoin, but wait till you see this one. Boom. Now that's 20-year comparison. Obviously,
Bitcoin wasn't out 20 years ago, so.
Right? And so starting from nothing in less than 20 years, it's here.
And that's less than your 35-year job career that you put a pension into that's going to pay you, what, $2,000 a month?
Yeah, so so just kind of like, what do you think is going to happen in the next part of this graph?
Yeah, when the financial system collapses and Bitcoin is the new standard.
Yeah.
Right? Bitcoin will be the new gold standard. We're not going to be using it to transact. Mm-hmm. It's going to be considered gold.
It backs everything.
Yes, yeah. And then eventually, thousands of years down the road, some moron will take them off the Bitcoin standard and we'll end up exactly where we are today.
Yeah.
Right?
They'll figure out some way to do something. Yeah, that's a good point, though. I like how you said, like, you know, how probably it'll be hundreds of years, probably. Like, the whole generation, that our generation has to be gone, and everybody, all the kids that we've taught will have to be gone, right? Because we'll pass on that knowledge as much as possible, but then once it becomes second nature, then people start to forget why it was put there in the first place.
Yeah.
And that goes along with everything.
Well,
right?
which is exactly what we're seeing right now.
Exactly.
It's everything.
Yeah.
It's not just a financial collapse.
But you know what's
it's
funny?
An economic collapse,
you know what's funny?
society.
And so you could put that on a chart, and what would it be? We would be doing good, and we do bad.
Yep.
We do good. It would just like the charts, just like everything, man. Everything moves sound waves up and down. Man, everything's connected.
Yeah.
Everything's connected, and you. Oh yeah. Okay. Let's check that one. Oh, okay. $1,000. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this one here. What did you say it was?
It's a growth of $1,000 over 20 years, and each one. This is $1,000 in the S&P, Bitcoin, Nasdaq, gold, bonds, and real estate. Again, Bitcoin didn't exist 20 years ago, so this is $1,000 in each one. And on the left-hand side, every time it goes up, it's 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, million,
right.
10 million.
So you got your
billion.
exponent there.
So, just that's what $1,000 would look like today.
Damn, should have bought Bitcoin, right? Should have bought Bitcoin. Well, the funny thing is that it's gonna keep going.
And that's the thing. You're not gonna miss out. Keep DCA.
Same thing will happen.
Let's start getting into it.
Nothing's changing. They want to make you think that the world's coming to an end. This is gonna happen. Blah blah blah. But no, nothing's. Why would the world change? Guess who's gonna lose the most?
The world's gonna be amazing soon. It's Bitcoin standard. Those
who are rich are gonna lose the most if the system collapses. They're not gonna let it collapse, bro. They're just gonna keep printing. So you're going to see waves of them scare people out of the market to try and accumulate more themselves. But this is why we have buy zones, and this is why we chart. Because we know that after a massive pump like this, we're not buying up here. We're waiting for it to come down to our value area low, and we're buying down here for the next one. And then we know we're not buying up here. Yeah. We're waiting for it to come down the value area low, which was the inefficiency left by the move up. And so we're buying here. We're
enjoying our time up there.
Yeah, exactly. You can sell if you want to. You can borrow against. You learn how to, you learn, you live.
Borrow more money, so when it dips, you can buy more.
Yeah, right. And wait, and then
you learn. Yeah.
We have our boxes on here, our inefficiencies that we know are going to get filled. So we wait till we come back down into there, and then we start buying again. DCA zone. Bitcoin's dead. Buy aggressively.
Oh yeah, that's where you take out your second mortgage.
Yeah. if that happens, I mean, we're at 40,000. Roughly, the bottom of the box is $33,000.
Which we haven't seen in what 3 years. 2 years?
Haven't seen that since, and I guess the last time we would have saw that, now it's 40K right here at the bottom, 39, so we'd have to go all the way back to here. 33, yeah, so yeah, 2023, the end of 2023, just before this October pump. I remember this pump too.
You were starting your future hand
We
there.
had started that in 22 on the top of the last bull market but I actually had ended it right around here, and I do believe it was like something. Okay, it was like there was a lot going on a Halloween that night, and we were talking about it because of the pumps in the prior days. So yeah, it was pretty funny.
And we haven't seen it in 3 years, so
yeah,
you've been enjoying life for the last 3 years.
I mean,
it's hard to say it comes down there.
I don't know if it does. I really don't. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't get to see this box fill.
Right. It's a possibility.
We spent it's a possibility, of course, and that's why we continue DCA. But like, we spent so much time in this zone here accumulating.
Yeah.
And every single time it went down below here, it got sucked right back up. We had Germany selling $50 billion worth of Bitcoin. It got bought up.
Yeah.
We had massive people selling large amounts of Bitcoin, and all got bought up. Right. And so
what do you think's going to happen again right now? We're going to be buying it all.
Well, they're just printing more money, right? So not only are these people buying it up, we're fighting against inflation. So like, it's not really even mathematically logical for us to come back here, because the money printing difference from then until now is holding us up, along with the people who are wanting to buy. The only time if it goes down here, then this is then we have a massive event. So that's like the black swan event, so they call it. But we can't keep calling them black swans if we know they're gonna happen, you guys. Like At this point, we know they're doing stuff like that, what we consider a black swan event to shake you out of the market. It's all the financial system. Hence, every single thing about it, every single thing that's happened in the last 25 years, let's go even a little few years.
All repeated.
It's been all the same thing, all to do with the financial system, and the effect that it has the financial system has been the greatest part. It's not like, oh no, the food supply's gone. It's like, no, the stock market crashed, right? Like the housing market crashed, right? Everything that's happening is all market driven. Okay, it's not actually a bad thing in the news like they tell you. It's all the markets are like, okay, well, we need to do this, and what can we use to do this? Okay, let's use this. You know, we've got a little story here. I think we can blow this up and push it as hard as we possibly can to crash the market so we can buy it all up, right? So if something like that happens and people don't buy it because they've been, and the thing is they need to spread it out, but they've been lagging on their strategy, and they've been pushing things too quickly, but not giving people time to forget about the last one. And so people are getting smarter, and also people are you know, on the internet are talking about this stuff, and like people are kind of starting to figure it out.
Do their history finally and understand.
Yeah.
Oh wait, we've already been through this 20 different times.
Time and time again.
Maybe
and what was the result?
We need to stop this,
right?
Start fixing it, and move forward rather than constantly repeating.
Yeah, the theater is over. Like the fat lady sung.
Yeah.
Like, come on, let's go, man. Like, this is brutal. So, but everyone's sick of it. So, like, I don't know. There's lots of things going on. No one's paying taxes in the U.S. because it's all fraud. There's lots of things. The entire system is going to collapse if we prosecute everybody on the Epstein files, like things like that. It's like, well,
I hope so. I want it to collapse. Like, please do.
Well, again, though, you just have to understand that, like, it almost just seems like pre-narrative play.
Oh, it
right?
is.
So, like, of course it's going to happen.
Only last 100 years.
Foreshadowing. Hello, right? Like, it's. You have to remember, like, I watch these shows with my kids, and I'm like, it's like, it's like Spidey and His Amazing Friends, okay? And it's funny because every episode, they're like 10, 12-minute episodes or whatever, but there's always a problem. So it starts out good, then there's a problem because one of the bad guys has broken something or stealing something. And I'm like, dude, and of course they're short, so you watch, like, you know, 4 of them and that's enough. But it's like, you do the same thing over and over again. I'm like, you guys, why don't they put that guy in jail? Why do they keep, like, letting him go? They know he's gonna do something bad again tomorrow. Why do they? But this is literally what's happening in the world. We're just letting these bad people go again, and they're creating a problem, and then we're supposed to, hey, don't do that, slap them on the wrist and let them go again. It's like, you guys, people need to be held accountable for their actions, man. Like, come on.
They used to hang people and cut their heads off and do all this other shit. Now what? We house them and feed them?
Yeah, now
it's ridiculous with some of this stuff, honestly.
And I mean, I understand human rights and stuff. But
but I'm just like, we've gone into such a point where it's like, now we're just, okay, you
people get away with,
who cares?
Well, yeah, and you see it in the shows, and it's like, you guys, nothing's being solved here. You're just preventing something happen this day and the next day and the next day and the next. But that's another thing too. It's like, it's also the theater of it, right?
If there's no accountability, it's chaos.
Yeah. Well, and the chaos is profitable.
Yeah, and exactly. Chaos is profitable. So if
sustainability isn't.
If they have everybody lack accountability and responsibility, well, what does it matter?
And as long as we let them do it, they're going to continue to do it.
Yeah, and you also got to remember that the people that all these things affect are us. It's not them.
Yeah.
They live in their own damn little communities.
Absolutely gated communities.
Yeah, like, you don't even see these people. It all affects us, and we're the ones fighting. I don't understand why people fight each other over all this. It's
because they believe what they see on certain screens, and they don't believe what they see on other screens. And, like, that's another thing too. It's
I know. It's the same. It's the same coin, different side.
Do you remember when there was only 2 sides to a story? You know, like, there could be this side and that side. Now there's 10 different sides to every story. So you're not only wrong, you're right, but you're also wrong and right at the same time.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck? What's going on here? Everyone's got a different opinion, and that guy's right, but this is wrong. And it's like, what happened to just being 2 sides to the story? What happened to that?
Yeah, remember when your opinions didn't matter and it just was, this is this?
Yeah, well, that's what it should be. That's the,
so your
statistics
opinions don't matter. That's exactly what it is.
In sports and other things, like, we've never been more statistically inclined, yet we are doing worse. It's like, come on, you guys. I mean,
it's because everybody gets a participation trophy.
Yeah, that's true. Well, sports, I shouldn't say sports. Maybe that's a good example, because there is everything is so statistically inclined in sports, and we've never seen such amazing numbers put up by the athletes. So maybe we should be statistically driving our economy as well, and humanity, and maybe we'll do the same thing. maybe, just maybe.
Maybe it gets to such a lack that it just does better.
Who knows? But I mean, like, you gotta. This is the unfortunate thing is that nobody wants to solve the problems. They just want to make enough money so that the problems don't refer to them, or don't affect them.
Which is actually basically what,
But
essentially what Bitcoin is what we're doing. You're buying Bitcoin in order to escape the crap that they've created.
Yeah.
I don't want to deal with it anymore.
Yeah.
It's been over 30 years of BS.
And people have to understand that we have the numbers. So whatever we do, they have to follow.
Yeah.
We don't follow them. They try and herd us.
Yeah.
But we can do our own thing. They have to follow us. If we decide that we're gonna do this now, they have to oblige.
Like everybody who has a job, like, don't, if the government just went away and nobody did anything, like what's stopping you from going to your job and just helping out and being a good person in your community?
Yeah.
Well, right, because you're gonna get it back. If you need something, somebody else is gonna provide something.
It's true. On a small scale, it does work, but they want all the biggest companies are all government driven or all government funded, so that's how they hold the grasp. Like whatever companies, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's like a big building company for a downtown core or whatever. Like.
Yeah.
Takes care of roads, takes whatever, like all of their paychecks that come from the government, and then they get filtered down into the workers. So at some point, if the government was shut down, the money would stop flowing to certain people, right?
It's the money printing, right? The money literally comes from the government
but
at this point.
That's why they have control over the biggest company. Like the best thing you can do is get your company to a point where it's so big that you're now getting government funding.
Yes.
Right? And that's what everybody's trying to do. Like you start a private company.
But government funding is our money.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
Right?
And it's not taken care of properly either.
No.
Like nobody, you hear the term that nobody wants to work. Well, it's like nobody wants to get robbed anymore, really. But so they have no ethic to work. They have no want to work because what they're working for isn't working.
Well, it's not that people don't want to work, to be honest. It's
people want value for their value.
Yeah, people are more intelligent today than I wouldn't say they were more intelligent. It's just back then we were building a country. Our grandparents, parents were, they were building communities and countries and everything like that, and houses and buildings. It was industrial. Now we're in a digital era, and nobody knows what to do. The jobs are very scarce because it's a digital world. Now AI exists and is only going to get smarter. Mm-hmm. What do you do? Right? We need to start transitioning into figuring out, do we really need to be working 5 days a week?
That's the thing. No, people don't need to work. That's the biggest, like, I don't know, one of the biggest conceptions that has happened recently is everyone talking about jobs. We need jobs.
No.
It's like, no. We don't need jobs. We need education.
Yes.
We need people that really understand that the only reason they say that is so that they can collect more income tax.
Yeah.
Watch income tax be taken away, and then they won't worry about jobs at all because that's not where the money's coming from, right? And it doesn't make any sense. Why would you tax work?
Yeah.
Work is progress, and you're going to tax it. You also tax alcohol and cigarettes and stuff like that because they're bad for you to try and get you to not use them, yet you tax people for working.
And that's where I say...
Makes zero sense.
They own you because they're taxing your actual time. You go there, you give 8 hours, you only get what? 4.5, 5
in
back?
In Canada, yeah, it's bad.
Like, so I'm going out and I'm producing for 8 hours, but I'm getting paid for 5. Why the hell would I go to work?
Well, the thing is that with the amount of money that we do provide via tax, we should be living in every single road is perfect.
Oh
nothing,
my God,
no garbage in the streets. Everything should be amazing.
No, we
right?
should,
For how much money we have to spend in taxes.
We're surrounded by homeless people.
Yeah, exactly. It's obviously not working, guys. Come on, let's just give our heads a little shake here and think that maybe something has to change.
Yeah,
right? A little bit.
So that's the thing, right?
We can't keep kicking this can down the road.
You need to start valuing your time more.
Yeah.
And it's not just 8 hours. You drive to work, you drive home. You get ready for work while you're at home, and then after your work, you get ready just to be at home. Mm-hmm. That's all time being taken away from you to educate yourself, to spend time with your family, to find a hobby, maybe make some massive contribution to humanity. Who knows? Somebody did with Bitcoin.
That's just right. If you're busy, you don't have time for that.
No.
And they don't want that because it's right where we are, or right where we've been for the last 50 years has been their Goldilocks zone where they can just milk with no backlash or anything.
No, I know.
Geez,
and I know you hear so
by
many...
milk, I may print.
hear so many people hating to be like stay-at-home mom. I mean, hell, I would love to stay at home the majority of the time and, you know, raise my own kids and be a part of their lives rather than giving them away to somebody who the government hired for 8+ hours a day to
try and
raise
turn them into a worker.
Yeah, no. Like, I would rather teach and educate my own. That's why I would have one, right?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I'm not having one so I can give it away for 18 years to be raised by the government and the school system. I want to be a part of their life and everything like that, and educate them as I'm educating myself along the way. So that way, that generation becomes way smarter than my generation.
Yeah, continue to learn with them, like, and just continue to grow together. It's actually quite magical. Learn a lot from your kids. Honestly, the best thing that ever happened to me was having my first kid.
Oh, they have it's the simplistic mindset that they see through all the difficult stuff that you think is difficult. They find simpler ways.
And you also, like, you know, you should anyways straighten your shit out because you are now responsible for another human life.
Yeah.
So
that's the other thing. You're now a provider and a guardian and everything else.
yeah,
You're not
have kids and take it seriously, and your life will change.
It's not just, oh, I'm
drastically.
having a baby because I think it's cute and all my friends are doing it.
Yeah, that's sketchy. That's sketchy. But honestly, all in all, investing in 2026, I mean, at some point here, it would seem that like something is going to give, because a lot of the charts look like this.
Yeah, I wouldn't be investing in that right now, to be honest.
No, but this is something that I'm keeping my eye on for a correction.
For the dump.
Yeah.
And that's when we'll start getting interested in DCAing.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, this just doesn't look like it's going to roll over, but it has to.
It's going.
Like, when you see something like this,
now or for a while, but it's going.
Yeah. The other thing is like they're also printing a bunch of money coming out here. Like, quantitative easing is on the horizon. It hasn't quite started yet. I don't think. They've been talking about it a lot and hinting towards it a lot, but I don't believe that it actually has happened yet. I do, however, see one thing that is not good as far as the Fed buying U.S. Treasuries. That is not good.
So
they
can buy your own.
Well, that's just it. That's exactly what they're doing. They're printing money.
I'm confused here.
They're printing money to buy their own product, basically, and that the U.S. Treasuries are what continues to fuel the economy, the United States economy, and the world economy, really, because everybody uses U.S. dollars because that's what all they export.
So then, making your own $100 bills is basically just doing what they're doing.
And what they're trying to do is they're supposed
to counterfeit, basically.
They're trying to do it by incentivizing other people to buy them too. So like Japan would normally be the largest buyer. They hold the largest debt.
Yeah.
But now that we have the Federal Reserve buying U.S. Treasuries and continually to try and still make people think that they're a good investment. So they're like, hey, yeah, no, it's basically like, they're like, hey, look, yeah, we just sold the U.S. Treasury for, you know, $24 billion and blah, 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 blah. But it's like, oh, really? Who bought that? It's like, well, we bought it ourselves.
Yeah.
Like,
well, and
yikes. No, I'm not buying into that. But they can hide it and they manipulate it.
Well,
and
they're also blatantly telling you that this one key thing that you should be listening to. We want to be the crypto capital of the world. If they're buying Bitcoin and crypto, why would you be buying their treasuries?
Yeah.
Buy what they're buying.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I know they're buying their own treasuries, but that's some counterfeit scam Ponzi thing going on.
Well, they have to.
Yeah, that you don't want to be involved in.
They have to print money to pay out. It's because of the interest, right? So they need the money from those treasury sales to pay that interest. And they have to, for whatever reason, they have to keep making the interest payment. And they're telling you that we have to keep more money is going to interest.
It's hurting. Yeah, it's hurting my head at this point.
The military spending has always been number one. Now interest payments is number one. I bet you all the fraud that's happening and all the interest that they say that they're paying is just going right to their bank accounts.
Yeah.
And they say that they can't find it. It's like, oh, we're paying this interest off. What do you mean you're paying the interest off? Off of what? From the borrowed money from 5 years before.
Yeah.
We have to pay that interest.
If you're paying,
what do you mean you have to pay that interest? To who? You're buying it from yourself.
If you're paying the interest off, then your debt shouldn't be getting higher.
Yeah, they're not. It's not enough though. Even
so they're paying the interest, but they're not paying the full interest.
They can't. Well, they're only making interest payments, but they're also spending the usual amount that they spend to keep everything going.
Yeah,
right.
So
the debt continues to. Yeah, it makes absolutely no sense.
Could you imagine somebody coming to your house and explaining that to you and saying, "We're trying to create this system around the world that What? I'd slam the door. I wouldn't
Yeah.
know. I wouldn't know what to say. I'm so
Excuse me,
confused.
sir. Do you have a moment to talk about U.S. Treasuries?
Like, come on. Yeah. No. Crypto capital of the world. Buy crypto. You know,
Yeah.
not necessarily all crypto, but Bitcoin is
Yeah,
always,
so I mean,
always
so
a
what you
very
want to
good-
do, and what you want to do is what you want to buy the blood, and so you don't buy. Unfortunately, like I mean, we were looking at this. Like this is a good investment, I think, over a long period of time.
Yeah.
But you don't want to buy this right now because it's pumping. So, good. What's not pumping? Well, actually, our best friend. Our best friend in the whole industry has actually been going down by roughly 50% from the all-time high, and is now just consolidating in our DCA zone. So, if you're investing in 2026, well, based on past performance and a good deal for the day, Bitcoin's your best bet, man. Like it's a win-win because it hasn't been.
You don't get 50% off very often.
You don't get 50% off of much, and even if it goes lower, well then it's okay. Like you're DCAing, right? We're not.
Well, if you bought it at 50% off and it goes down another 10%, who cares? You bought it at 50% off. Now it's 60% off.
Yeah.
It's going to go up to only 30% off, and you've made 20. So
Yeah.
you know.
Exactly. Once it starts to move up, the gains turn green real quick.
The red's always good. You just need to start changing the way you think. When you see red, just
You want to buy red.
DCA a little.
You want to buy red, and honestly, I do think. So this is USDT market cap dominance.
Yeah, so it's
And
been flying. Yeah, see, people
we've got
are taking their money out.
We've got an inefficiency. So this is basically the US dollar, but in crypto. We've got the inefficiency up here. We're breaking. We're coming up into the green. We've got a lot of momentum moving up towards this. We've got a higher high here, but also a higher high. So this kind of looks like continuation. Honestly, doesn't look like it's done yet. So this would lead me to believe that Bitcoin is going to probably still drop lower in price, or at least the crypto. I don't know. So this is another thing too. Is they're talking about stable coins, specifically USDT, going to be able to be held for yield. Have you heard about this?
No.
So
No,
they want to
I'm interested.
compete. They want to compete against the bank's savings account by issuing stable coins with
Yeah.
APY
And it'll
of
be-
like 5%, 4%.
Oh. Well, then say bye-bye to banks.
Well, that's just it, right?
Like
So, well, the banks will have to adapt and offer this, is what will happen. But this is free
the banks
market,
are just
right?
going to have to learn how to build something like Ledger.
They've never had to
right?
compete until now.
This is nuts.
They've never had to compete against anything because the banks was like, okay, we can build vaults and we can hold physical things. We can do that.
Which
we'll
they
hire
don't-
big security
yeah.
guards and we'll hold your stuff for you. Just pay us, right?
We don't have any of it anymore.
But yeah, they blew it, and now they have competition for the first time ever, and it's coming via digital. A digital era, right? And so everything's data, everything's digital.
Moving into like a massive
This-
legendary world of Atlantis.
Yeah,
here
whether
and
this
all
continues to
crazy
go up
stuff.
or not, like if this thing that they're talking about with the APY on the stable coins competes against banks and like wins, then yeah, you're not going to see. I think you'll probably see almost no more altcoins. You will see
Yeah.
USDT or USDT. You'll have Bitcoin, and then you'll have like maybe 5 or 6 more that are like the top 5.
Which you're talking like
Will
Ethereum,
hold
most
yeah.
likely XRP, just because that guy's got his hands in the government's paw.
The
That's
top
coming
5 to 10 will hold like
Yeah.
99% of the market cap. You'll still have all the other crap, but the market caps will be so tiny, they'll just be full of a bunch of idiots, unfortunately. People that are
They'll become the new meme coins.
well, everything, right? Like the market cap will be so small that it's all just people trying to scam people, really, with those low cap coins.
That'll be all your new India calls.
and the thing is like I said, 99 or 98% of the market cap will be concentrated in USDT, Bitcoin, and I don't know, maybe Ethereum, I guess, because it's USDT is on top of Ethereum, but still, yeah, it's interesting. This is the way that they're trying to make it go mainstream and continue to maintain US status as a world reserve currency.
Yeah, and also to keep you poor, right? If you know to take your money kind of out of the system and be throwing it into this stuff for when it does transfer.
Well, this is the
you're
thing.
going to be more well
This is the
off.
thing, is that they're trying to make USDT basically like a dividend paying stock. So technically, you don't have to invest anymore. You can just hold USDT and continue to get paid on your investment. That's the idea.
I know. That's pretty hard to...
The thing is that they have, as long as they make, because it's all about the money printing, it's all about the monetary policy, right? So they can do this as long as they keep printing the real dollars. We're going to see the value of everything else go up.
Well, yes.
And we know that's going to happen because they can't stop doing that at this point. So
not until that generation is gone. That's the thing, right? The way you just said that earlier, it takes a few generations for all this to change over. So.
Yeah. Once something becomes second nature, it takes a few generations for them to remember why they put it there in the first place, and then they lose it because that's just the lack of knowledge or the lack of passed on knowledge.
Yeah,
we seem to forget
the
things.
Continuation of money printing, the taking off the gold standard, right?
Yeah.
That was what they forgot. Why are we even on the gold standard?
Yeah.
They forgot why it was there.
Yeah. For whatever reason. I mean,
if we were still on the gold standard, we'd be perfectly actually fine. I think where we are.
And unfortunately, the thing is that they don't even need everybody to forget. They just need the majority to forget.
Yep.
Because once the majority forgets about it and they're manipulable enough to fight, like to push them against the people who actually do know what's right, then it's like, oh, you can shame these people. They don't know what they're talking about. Shame them, shame them, shame them. It's like, what?
Which is why
Bitcoin...
Dude,
I'm giving you numbers. It's the guy with the freaking counter. Like, you know, those old movies where there's the one guy with the counter and then he's aside the king. And he's like, but sir, we should not do this. But sir, the numbers, no. And they're like, you know what? Kill that guy. I don't like him anymore. He's coming up with all these graphs and shit. Like, get the fuck out of here, man. I'm doing what I want to do, okay? I need to print money so that my assets go up so that I can borrow more against that every single year. And I have some debts that I need to pay off. So I really need those assets to go up so that I can continue to fund my Ponzi scheme.
Yeah. And again, that's where we are, right? Yeah. We're currently we're going to pick a direction on which way we go. And it's either going to be continuing printing money and make everybody poor and a horrible third world place to live in, or we're going to progress as a people and then put us back on a standard.
Well, we need people to start educating themselves because it's not going to be handed to them, right? No. Handing them fish is not doing them any good, so we need to teach them to fish, and they need to also be willing to learn how to fish, right? Because you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink.
Yeah, well, yeah, right? I mean, I've seen that saying you can... I don't know anymore, man. My mind's gone with all this.
It's just like we try to save the people, but sometimes people just want to complain and not be saved, unfortunately. So you only do so much, and that's why we've gotten to this place where there's people that just want to make enough money so they don't have to deal with the problems anymore. Yeah. And it's like you try and tell these people what's going on, and they don't want to listen. So it's like at some point, you're, oh, whatever, fuck you, see ya, well, I'll just do it on my own. But that's why I do the show, right? So I have no guilt. Everything that I'm doing, I'm being fully transparent about. I'm telling people, hey, you might want to check this out. It's done me and some people that I know pretty good, and I don't think it's going to change anytime soon. And so, you know, it's up to them whether they don't want to watch it or not, you know? They want to take it seriously and do their own research. That's up to you. I'm providing you a platform that you can come and learn from, and, you know, and I'm good. So it's on you now.
It's the Bitcoin guru.
It's on you now. Okay, so let's see actually what we expect for some price movement, because obviously we've seen a lot of downward price action, and what that does is it tends to load the market liquidity with short positions. And so all this is all short liquidity, and this is all long liquidity. And as you can see, we're actually starting to run quite low on long liquidity. So when there's long liquidity, the market makers want to soak that up. The market is designed to absorb liquidity. So it is like a magnet attracted to large portions of liquidity. And so we still do have some more at lower prices here. This is roughly around $68,000. We have 142.6 million on this one exchange alone. This is the largest exchange, Binance, but it is just one of, I think, thousands of multiple exchanges that can hold leverage positions. So,
and the market wants that money.
The market wants that money. So there's a good chance that we could see some push up, and this is
take out all
around 70K. And so we already just hit 70K last night, and just since we've come back down, we've loaded 180 million in short positions.
Yeah, so you know we're gonna see a little bit of a long coming up, probably.
Yeah.
Right.
So
I mean, and then from there on out, we'll just continue watching the charts and
because we
following.
went all the way up to 70, almost 71,000 last night at midnight. Ooh, look at that! Right at midnight.
Yeah, I know.
Right at midnight, could have taken a short here. This was. Oh, I already deleted it, but this was the 786 retracement. Absolutely perfect. Let's zoom out a little bit on that and actually see here. So the Fibonacci sequence can be used in everything, but with trading, we use it as a series of decimal percentages, however you want to look at it, for what we expect a retracement to be if we're looking for a continuation of the trend. So we would take our fib tool and we go from our high to our, that's not our fib tool, that's our short position. Well, that would have been a good short position, but that's not what we're going to do. That, you take that and go. This is supposed to be fib. Why aren't you fib? Fib. Okay, fib from the top. I take them right to the wicks, right to the dollar. Some people do candle bodies. I don't know why, but let's go right to the top to the bottom. There you have 786 retracement. Pushed up into it, failed auction, came right back down. That's your
short.
That's your short position right there. And so that looks like it would have been a fairly nice one.
Yeah.
We're on the hourly here, so basically as soon as.
So this is why you're most likely going to see a bounce.
As soon as that breaks. So what I had earlier, just before I took off this fib, was this fib from here to here to see where we would likely see a bounce on this one. So this is a move, and then this is the bottom, and then we've started another move, and then this was the top so far. But what you might see is some sort of move here, and then some sort of lower high. That's where you would look to get into another short. Once you saw signs of weakness, until you take this high out. Once you take this high out, then we've made a higher. And so now we are continuing a bullish structure. So you want to see, but overall, we are still continuing a bearish structure. So to make that, have to keep that in mind. You can be bullish for a shorter term, but you can still remain bearish on a longer term.
Yeah.
Because the longer term is bearish. We are making lower lows and lower highs. So this is zoomed in. When you zoom out, the candles obviously condense, and it can give you a better idea of the trend, overall trend. The weekly time frame, remember, we are definitely in a bear market, a bear trend. We looked at this before when it was back here. Let's go to the weekly. Take all these off. When we were in the green and we crossed over into the red, that was basically not the beginning of the bear market, but that was kind of where we're like, hey guys, this is probably not too good. And sure enough, we went down for quite a bit longer, and in almost about another year, it was about another 10 months of downward and sideways accumulation zone. And then we continued to go up, and we never really got back out of that range for almost another 2 years. So you have probably what is going to happen again along the lines of that. But of course, we'll be watching the charts for anything and to see if anything changes. But like ultimately right now, it looks basically identical. We have a high and a low and a lower high, and we have a high, a low, and a lower high, right? So we're right here, and look, you even have a big wick right there, and you even have a big wick right there. So continuing to trend down, little liquidation, a little short squeeze there before moving lower, right?
And then we just ride it out,
right? And so this is like, look at this, flashing green, right in the exact same. Everything's like spot on. Money flowing out, crossing into the red. Money flowing out, crossing into the red, and then when money's in the red, that's when you start DCAing. So you start DCAing in the red, and you start DCAing out in the green if you want to, but that you don't have to do that. But when you want to accumulate,
just accumulate.
That's how I understand my accumulation zones. Is I'm looking for the weekly money flow to be in the red. And as long as I DCA through this whole time, look where my average price is, right? And then after that, after it's into the green, you can continue to DCA if you want to, or you can do nothing.
Yep.
If you want to, you can even go down on a smaller time frame and just see, okay, how did I get this box? We're still in the green. Well, I zoomed into the daily probably and watched for a money flow crossover on the daily, and then we accumulate in the red on the daily, and then it continues on. But on a larger scale of things, if you're planning years in advance, this is what This is what we're waiting for. These zones here, they only happen so often too, right? So it spends a lot more time in the green and only a little bit of time in the red. A lot more time in the green and a little bit of time in the red. But we have large moves in the red. So if you learn how to short, you actually make more money in a short period of time by shorting the market. And that's why they, as traders, need swings in the market up and down. That's why they cause chaos. That's why they cause problems, provide the solution, cause problems, provide the solution, because they can trade the markets up and down, buy low, sell high. Easy, simple, I guess, simple, but not easy for some. Very simple for just to generally talk about it, but when you put your emotions into it and don't use strategy at all, it can definitely be
oh, that's the worst thing.
It can definitely be.
It will bankrupt you and ruin your life a few years if you're using emotions with this at all. Which is actually makes a lot of sense on why everybody has such a hard time with money.
Yeah, because
it's all emotional with them, right? Once you take your emotions out and understand, you will start becoming a lot happier.
And if we zoom in a little bit on let's zoom in on, what's this? The 1 month? Let's go to the 3 month. The 3 month, so like there's quite a bit of liquidity up around 92K. There's just a massive gap here. So there's really, like, I don't know. Again, like I still expect lower prices, sideways and or lower prices. If we do start coming out to take this liquidity and things change and we start to see strength and more people shorting and liquidity being added, okay, then we'll change our bias. But right now, like, it looks like there's a lot, but it's not really. It's more valuable for them to continue to go lower and accumulate more if they can, because we know what's going to happen. We know, like, it's going to go up. At one point, it's going to be untangible. It's going to be certain people will be priced out, just like every asset eventually outprices everybody, right? Yeah, like, there's going to be a point when it's like, oh, you can no longer just buy $10 worth of Bitcoin or something. People aren't going to be selling. Well, it's fractionalized, so like it's sort of helps with that. But the thing is that people already think they're priced out, the way it is, right? Because they don't understand the fractionalization of it. No, but $10 is a ton. When you start seeing things in sats, $10 is a lot. Yeah. Well, I think when Bitcoin is worth, you know what's funny? It's like they talk about Bitcoin going to $1 million. It's like, I don't think Bitcoin will ever go to $1 million. Maybe it goes to $1 million, but it doesn't go to 10 million. The reason why is because we don't, at some point, we don't value it in US dollars anymore. So we won't be saying, oh, Bitcoin's 2 million, Bitcoin's 10 million. You won't be saying that, right? You'll be like, yeah, it's 400 sats. Yeah. Or it's 40,000 sats or whatever. Like, we're not going to be, there's no point. At some point, you're like, what do you mean? I don't want to go buy something for $4 million. Like, what? I don't want grocery bills $4 million? What? Yeah. Right? Oh, that's hyperinflation for you. Half a milk. So at some point, people got to wrap their heads around the fact that every currency goes through this. Yeah. Every fiat currency for the dawn of time. We don't have a penny anymore, guys. Yeah. They're erasing the currency. Yeah, it's already going. Right? The $1 bill, the $2 bill, exactly. All of this is going away. They're even going after. I'm pretty sure they'll be coming after nickels soon. Right? It'll be nickels, dimes, and then quarters, and then soon you're not going to have coins. Yeah. So but generally speaking, we got more liquidity to the upside. So look for a potential. This is a break of structure here. Right here, we were high, low, high, low, high, low, but we didn't take out this low. And so if we take out this high and then we come back and we don't take out this low, then we have now changed structure and we are bullish, in a bullish trend. Right. So, but again, remember that's on a shorter term period. This is the only 1 month time. You got to understand, kind of where your time zones are for when you're looking at charts. Definitely going to be different to be flipping from a bear to a bull market like that, though. This is why we just have zones. This is why we break it down into zones, because it doesn't really matter when we're looking on a broader scale, what price is exactly. If you're trading, you want to understand momentum in smaller time frames. But for this one, we're just talking about investing in general. And investing in general, over the long period of time, we know that this has been one of the best performing assets, and it's 50% off. Right? It is the best performing asset. Yeah. Nothing has outperformed Bitcoin
No.
in its since its inception. So we don't really care about what people think. We want to just look at the graph, look at the numbers. I don't have an opinion. I will just take the best performing asset, and I will diversify. But there's a lot of people out there that are like, diversification is stupid with Bitcoin. Like, why would you have any? If you're gonna diversify, maybe 90%, 90-10 or 90% Bitcoin. I'm like, I'm not there yet. I'm not going 90% into Bitcoin. I'm still holding most of my investments in real estate. I still feel that it's I don't know. It's just like
When you have a family,
a place to live. Yeah, I mean, and I don't know. I'm actually quite drawn because I've been planning on buying another house this year. We're seeing that like the market is going down, or at least, you know,
well, it's at a good.
It's starting to be a buyer's.
Right
It's starting
now,
to be a buyer's market, right? So, I'm looking at potentially buying another house to rent it out to have tenants live in it and stuff. And,
Done.
because it's like I don't know, like, should I do that or should I just take that money and just put it all in the Bitcoin, right? Because it's like, you know, I don't know yet. I mean, and somebody that knows about it as much as I do, and I still am like the thing is like I have Bitcoin, right? And so it's like I don't feel any FOMO.
No, that's the thing. Yeah, once you accumulate it over quite a few years and you see these things, you're not rushing in anymore. You're like, oh, I'm okay.
Mm-hmm. It's great for long term, but I what I want right now is something that I can get paid every month, actual passive income that is I can use to live off of and invest and continue to not have to work a job 100% myself and focus on another business or, you know, expanding even more. Right, so that's kind of where I'm at right now. And Bitcoin's great for just DCAing and holding long term and building like a
to get to where you are now, where you can have sort of a little bit of a passive income to go out and make another purchase. You know, you've got the equity, the value there.
Yeah, it's great to get started.
You can go out and start being like, okay, well, what else can pay me a little bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know. And that's
you
what you should
time,
be doing.
Yeah, you get your time back.
Yeah, you should be always looking at more avenues to.
Yeah, exactly. Just keep expanding.
Yeah.
Because if you're only relying on one paycheck every 2 weeks, you're never gonna go anywhere. You need to be making money while you're sleeping.
Oh yeah,
you need
absolutely.
to be making money while you're working.
Make
money while you're working, but also have money while you're working. You know,
work for you.
Yeah,
right?
right.
Like don't leave your money in a bank. Go invest it and have it work for you. You know, some days you're gonna take losses, and then some days you're gonna make gains. It is what it is. But at the end of the day, you're fighting them devaluing your time, your money, your value, and you're getting that back by taking yourself out of that system. You know, you're becoming your time's more valuable to you than anybody else, and it should be. You know, but I don't think people are valuing their time as much as they used to.
They're all getting freaking doped up and told to have a lower standard of living and just accept it. Like, fuck you, buddy.
Like, yeah, I don't.
We live in a technologically advanced time, and you're gonna tell me to lower my standard of living? Fucking lower your standard of living, you piece of shit.
Yeah, I know. It's no.
You fucking parasite. Sorry, I don't usually swear so much, but I don't think there's any kids watching. I hope there's no kids watching. If there is, I'm sorry. Don't say those words. But I think that's a good note to end it on here, because we think we probably just got canceled.
Yeah.
So let's get into some golden tea. We're gonna hop off this stream and get back onto the mobile one here shortly. So everybody have a good day. In our part of the world, it looks absolutely beautiful outside. I was already out and about for a few hours this morning, and I enjoyed the fresh air of the trees. It made me feel great. Cleared my head. Ready to DCA. I did DCA this morning. Full transparency. I didn't buy Bitcoin for almost a year, and now I am DCAing again. And that's what we're here for, right?
That's where we're opposite.
Yeah.
I've been buying that entire bull run. Didn't care.
Yeah.
I've been buying the
that's
entire
fine,
bear
though, because
run.
all of it's going to be in the profit eventually.
You've been in it for years.
You want more Bitcoin, you don't really care what you pay for it.
I don't care what I pay
Once
for it.
Bitcoin's at 500K, you're not going to care if you paid 120 or 80. Like, it's not going to make any difference. A little bit, I guess, but like, you're not, you know, if you have it in your budget and it's that certain dollar value every week or 2 weeks or whatever, then it doesn't make any difference. And that's planned for the future, right? That's nothing to do with right now.
Basically,
so it's inevitable.
Myself up to get to where
Yeah.
you see the Bitcoin guru at.
DCA, and one day, and then just the time in the market too, you start to understand it more, and you surround yourself with more people that understand it as well, and you learn the language.
You just, life changes. That's all I can say.
It is good. It is good. It's
Massively.
like taking the veil over from your eyes, and you can see what life is meant to be.
You control it. You make it what you want it to be.
I wonder if the music was too loud the whole time. Probably
That
was.
was actually pretty loud, yeah.
I think it could hear us, but anyways, I always forget to turn the music down. And my mods weren't freaking telling me. I gotta make some mods.
Oh boy.
All right, we're out. We're gonna go play some Golden Tee. Have yourself a good Sunday. Peace out, folks.
See you later.
Oh, that's the intro. Shit. I recommend putting your opinions aside and learning how to think logically